guys, welcome back to another video of Spellbound Dolls. Today I've already opened up our doll. Today will actually be a customization video. So in this first video I'll just be removing her wig. This is a TLC, mostly just her hair is TLC. TLC 26 from shopgoodwill.com. So I'm just taking down her hair tie. I'll just be removing her wig, and I'll undress her off camera. She's actually wearing Grace's boots. And this dress, I don't know where it's from, but my Kaya has it as well. And then she's got this little tag. So we're just going to be pulling off her wig. So this can take anywhere from 1 to 12 minutes. And I don't know where I just set the spoon. Sometimes you need like a spoon to, so I'm not trying to save the wig, I'm just trying to get it off. Where did there's always this like sweet spot right above the ear. There's usually an in somewhere on the head. So probably no need to film this part. So I'm just gonna pause. I'm gonna remove her wig, and then I will check back in and do the next step. Hi guys, we are back. So she has some little hair back here. I'm just gonna pop this off. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to fit. Oh no, she's got a hole on the back of her head. Okay, so Kaya had this. So this will be interesting. I don't know if this one goes all the way through. Sometimes dolls have this, and what you have to do is put a Ziploc bag, like a gallon bag, inside their head and pour the water in that. It'll allow it to heat up because it's thin plastic. So what I'm going to be doing, this will actually be my first American Girl that not only has American Girl eyes, but gets to keep one of her eyes. So this is 26. She's got unique amber eyes. They're not entirely unique. You can also find them in 62 and 76. So we're going to replace one with a dark brown medium toned eye. I believe this is from my first custom, Carter, who is a 28. And then I have this wig. It's in Zazu Customs. I don't know how it's going to look. It may be interesting. I don't know if I have a wig I'm going to use for her right in my possession. Definitely kind of cute, actually. I put it on a extra dark classic mold that was a Laney that I had dyed. And it just did not look right on her. But I bought a new wig for that doll, so maybe I'll use this for her. I don't know. I actually really do not know. We will see. I actually am thinking of buying like short red afro kind of, but let's go eye swap her. Hello again. Here she is. So we're going to be doing an eye swap. I'm just doing a quick check-in. Her head's off, her hair's off. So I'm going to be using this tool. It's actually just little regular nail clippers. I use tweezers or nail clippers to adjust the eyes afterwards. You can use this, the little file thing. And we're going to go heat up our water. So a lot of people prefer to have ready-to-go water, which would honestly be my preference too, but it's not something I have access to, so I always use this mug. It says, it's all good, and it's yellow inside. That's not the important part. The mug should not be filthy, like this one needs to be rinsed off, but it does not have to be like freshly washed. You will have to wash it afterwards, so keep that in mind. But if it smells really funky, that water could actually get into the smell of her head. Okay, this one smells of garlic, so we'll see. So I like to start with 6 minutes, maybe 7, and we'll count down if we need to. So you put the mug in the water, in the thing. A lot of people like to use Pyrex glass, but I don't really have access to one, so I just find that a mug works just as well. I've done, I think she'll be my 11th or 12th eye swap. I think 12th. So I've done a fair number of them. them. Yeah, I was waiting until I had a wig for her. I don't know if I'm going to like that wig, so we may go with a different wig, but we'll check back in, see if I have a wig that I like for her. Okay, and while that heats up, I'm just going to continue just chatting. I won't give you guys the whole 7 minutes. I like to use a pot that the head can fit in. Obviously, you need to stuff the pot. So some things that I like to use are dish towels. You want to have something to line the inside. You have to insulate the pot. It doesn't have to be like totally insulated, but it should help. So we're just going to layer some, put a wash rag on the bottom, get the height right, pop her in there, and then we're just going to be looping around. You can use pot holders too. Anything really at your disposal. So I use both, but today I'm just planning to use towels. So real quick, the bigger the pot, the more you have to insulate. Don't know if you guys can see. Yes. So she is in there. What I like to do is you want to fill her up a little bit more, and then she needs a bag. So you get a gallon bag like this. You really honestly should have done this before. So we'll see if I can get it in, and then you just kind of like pop that in with you put as much in as you need to. The plastic will heat up her head. Different molds hold different amounts. So you're always going to be around 2 cups. It could be anywhere from 1.5 cups, or like 1 3/4 to like 2.5. Most will be right around 2 cups. Kaya takes the least in my experience. In my experience, Josefina's not Josefina. I'm not sure. I think Jess molds can take a bunch too. I've done a couple classic molds that I'm like, how much water do you need? And Sonali, yeah. They're all different levels. Addie molds are supposed to be really hard since their eye sockets are deeper than your typical American girl who already have shallow eye sockets. It doesn't mean that they're incredibly difficult. Just have patience. So we're 3 minutes into me yakking, so I'm going to pause now. Guys, back, and I've been gone like 80 seconds. I just wanted to show you, so I have a plastic cup here, measuring cup. It's about 2 cups. I fill it up to the top. 2-cup line is right around here, so I get a little bit extra, and then it's extra in the mug. So if it takes more than one try, we're only doing one eye. So normally I'll be doing other eye swaps where I show off more than one. If you've never done an eye swap, please do not be intimidated. They're super easy. My first eye swap, I had to come back to it the next day. Then I figured out how to do it. So a lot of people recommend taking a wooden spoon. This is a spatula. I have spoons. Didn't work for me. What works for me is I'll show you guys, but you basically squeeze the head to kind of flatten it. Take a deep breath, stick that hand in, pop it out with your thumb. One movement, and it hurts. But it's not a go into shock hurt, it's just an ow. And I think it helps that I've worked like grills at fast foods because you're constantly getting burned there. That like my brain can compartmentalize. So whatever way works for you. That works for me, and the hand that is holding the head, I obviously use this handy UGG glove, not sponsored. I find that so funny how I'm almost, this wasn't sponsored, like who's going to sponsor me? So we're just doing, like I said, one eye today, and normally I'm either using, my favorite doll brand eyes are Doll of a Kind, or I have used Exquisite Doll Designs, and those are interchangeable with Be Beauty Designs. I like Heterochromia. I use the same brand. This will be my first time with an AG eye going in. The always are just coming out. All my dolls have Heterochromia except for my doll that I customized to look like Mrs. Lovett from Sweeney Todd. She just has some beautiful extra dark black-brown eyes. So this is kind of boiling. So we're just going to pop this. You'll lose some water, so stand back. It can spill. We're just going to pop this in here. Now, because she has the plastic bag, she will take less. Don't worry about the mess. Just what has to happen. Okay, she's full. So then we'll pop this plate on. We'll pop the UV glove on first, and then use the plate to hold it on. Pop the other UV glove, and we wait like 2 minutes. So some people say 5. In my experience, the water has started to cool. By the time we hit 5, may not work as well. Every head is different. It's good to check. It's something that gets so easy as you do it. I look forward to it. I haven't done one in a few months, and I'm really excited. The All of a Kind eyes, the reason I like them is they're actually shorter in the back. They're kind of slimmer. I know Beauty Custom does the same thing. So if you're going to be doing an Asian doll, whether it's a Just Mold or whether it's a number 4, do yourself a favor, buy slim eyes. Either Doll of a Kind makes tons of different price ranges, or the Beautifully Custom ones, which I've not gotten. Now they're doing their infinity thing. I don't really like that idea, so I'm going to be skipping that. I've had heads be ready in a minute and a half, but we will see. And the more times you do it with the same head, the less time you need to go. We're going to give her the full 2 minutes, though, since she is having the plastic bag in. So, where is my thing? We're at 52 seconds, so I'm just going to keep it on because it's going to be too difficult to turn it off and on. So, how y'all doing? Let me know in the comments. Have you ever ice swapped an American Girl doll? Have you ever ice swapped any doll? Who was the hardest? Who was the easiest? Some heads are harder, like my Kaya's head. Kaya was my hardest ice swap besides the first one. Like, once I knew what I was doing, and I did a Kaya, that was so difficult. Because her head was hard, she had a plastic bag, I couldn't adjust it, because it was cool, took a long time to heat up, and then it would just cool right down, immediately. So it's not good to sit next to a fan or anything. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, okay, we're going to be getting ready, pop this off. It's always good to, first time through, make sure the water has bubbles. In my experience, they say you can melt the backs of the eyes. That is a possibility. I have not done it. Okay, so we're just going to pop this out. Okay. I'm just trying to show you guys, so we're just going to kind of... Her eyes look fine. Just going to pull... This is going to be extremely messy. Okay. So she is not very hard at all. We may have to do a second thing to get the eye. I mean, not very soft at all. We may have to do a second. That's not going to work. She's not even hot. Okay. Does she actually need a bag is the real question. 1 second. No, the hole doesn't go all the way through. So we are just going to pour this back in, give it 2 minutes in the microwave, and we're going to try again. So, with an ice swap, again, they're hard. People say, don't do this mold as your first. If you're going to do an ice swap, you're really nervous. So, first, I'm just going to say, make sure, I'm not going to encourage any children to stifle their creative urges, but I'm also not going to encourage children to go for $100 doll. If your parents don't want you to do it, definitely talk to them. You can also get really hurt with the boiling water. I've spilled it on myself. People can die if they have boiling water put on them too much. So be careful with it. It's not a super big deal, but definitely get help if you want to do an ice swap and you've never done one. I had to have my mom help me, and that first time was just so difficult, you know. So totally. It's a possibility to mess up. It's hard to mess up your doll permanently. Really, you mostly will just mess up the eyes. The softer the head is, the easier it is to do it. But if you make it too soft, it can tear. I've never had a tear. A lot of people have experienced tears around the eye sockets. What's more common is melted eye backings, because they are just simply plastic. So definitely just be careful. If you're not putting the eyes back in the head, if you're not keeping any of them, if you're just taking both out and putting new eyes in, more of an okay thing if they melt. If they do melt, what happened was the other eye from that doll did melt and it wouldn't close all the way anymore. So if I was putting them into another eye, I recommend buying eyes off of Etsy if it's your first time, because even if you are putting your eyes into other dolls, you can mess it up, and then you'll have eyeless dolls or dolls with eyes that can't close. And if you're putting all this work in, you really want a doll that's very nice. Not that those dolls are not nice, but because they are. They're great, and if you try really hard, customizing is a creative process. There's a lot to learn from it. It's also something where I just want you to be happy with the results. Okay, I hear that bubbling. So we're going to put this in for 3 minutes. I didn't do my typical test, so we're just going to go for it. Also, try and not spill all over, because you don't want to get water into the eye. If you are keeping the eyes or you plan to reuse them, just be careful. You will get water in the eyes, typically, even if you're careful. Okay, and I'm going to do 3 minutes. So, I will catch you guys. I don't know if I should turn it off or not. We're kind of using up. My phone does not want to let me record a lot more, so just kind of going for it. If you are going to be customizing, that's why I recommend buying a secondhand doll. Or if you're given a doll that doesn't really work, not work, but like if the doll's damaged or you have a doll you want to customize. I've dyed dolls, I've swapped wigs, I've swapped hair, I've given piercings. I can't master face-ups, but I have like glossed lips. Very fun. It's just a real creative process, and you'll learn to appreciate your mistakes, but it can be discouraging the first time, so just go for it. Alright, we're gonna pause right here. Okay guys, so my phone says I have 6 minutes and 14 seconds left of recording time. I just need to get into the trash, delete, and clean up, so we'll have to do that. I don't know if there'll be a wig that works. I have one I like, but I kind of wanted to give her something, this doll 26 is an Addie mold, so I don't just want to give her, hair that she wouldn't necessarily naturally have. Maybe not color-wise, because a lot of my dolls have, like, purple hair, but, like, texture-wise. But we'll see what works. Okay, so you see that? Okay, that's bad to do, because she just spilled into her eyes. And there's water on my elf glove swapping around. Okay, we'll take out the one that I was going to take out before, especially because there's water in that. So get all the water out, and then we take a deep breath, and there we go. And we just pop the new... They always smell good coming from Goodwill with the head swap, with the eye swaps, because, oh my god. Okay. This is why sometimes we swap around the eyes we're putting in. Okay. So, always, always, always put in at an angle. Come on. I don't want to have to heat her up a third time, but I will if I need to. Some people say to make them look towards, so we're just going to do that. Okay, this is fun. And just make sure the eye doesn't, like, go inside of her head. I mean, in the wrong part. Okay. This is giving me trouble. This is absolutely giving me trouble. They're supposed to go in so much easier. Yes, your thumbs will kill you the rest of the day. So we're going to heat her back up. Ow. Yeah, your thumb will, see, mine is kind of paler at the top and red, and it's going numb. Never, always know when to throw in the towel with a one-time eye swap. By one time, I mean being able to heat up once, take both eyes out, put both eyes in. Usually, both eyes go in, out, and then both eyes go in on separate eye swaps. Not separate eye swaps, but separate heating of the head. See you guys in a few minutes. Hi guys, we're in the countdown. We have 19 seconds left. We got up to around 8 minutes of recording time available. I'm going to be uploading some videos to YouTube from the last few days, and we will be taking care of that. So 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, beep. Okay. So we are hopefully at the tail end of this eye swap. Okay, I'm right-handed. So I'm going to pull off the right glove, also because it's full of boiling hot water. Okay. And I'm trying not to swear, but man, do I have some choice words for this head. You just have to kind of get it in. Okay, we're just going to try one last breathe. Sometimes you have to take a break because your strength is gone. Just so, there we go. Okay, here she looks. Let's get this eye adjusted before her head cools and her eyelashes get curled in a weird way. Always be careful around the painted details. So right now this is what she looks like. Very different from what we want her to look like. Or what I want her to look like. I don't know about you guys. I used to hate customizing dolls, and I mean, I hated the idea. I hated when people did it. I didn't understand. I was just like, that's such a beautiful doll, and it's like, if they're customizing like a really rare or hard to find doll, or like you customize the antiques and you tell someone, oh, I'll take care of your antique, and then you kind of customize it. Like, I get that, like, people enjoy dolls differently, but that kind of bothers me, like the haunted house dolls. But like horror customs are fine. Just don't, you know, if someone's giving you their grandmother's doll, I don't know, that kind of bugs me. But at the same time, when you sell something, okay, and just a little longer. I almost just want to turn it with my finger. Okay, so this is what we're looking at so far. Pretty interesting. Kind of a little bit weirder looking than I was expecting. That eye is not straight. Okay. Okay. We'll just have to upload some videos to YouTube before we can continue with this. Okay, we're just gonna, I'm almost ready to just call it as like good enough. Good enough! There she is. You always want to check the, oh no. Oh, it's just hair that caught, oh no. Her remaining eye does not want to close. I wonder if something got in it. Did I just wreck her eye? Did it just melt? And I was just saying, so this is what it looks like. So it'll close if I coax it. Let's try adjusting it a little bit. It does not. You know what? The good news is we have a whole nother eye to fix this one. I just adjust it a little bit. You know, we're not going to push it out right now. Let's see if that helped it. Okay, we're good enough. I've never done something that wrong, but happy day. See you later on in this video when we continue customizing her. Hi guys, kind of cut ahead, and this is the finished product. This is a doll of a kind wig. I don't remember what it's called. It's black with, as you can see, lots of little colorful wefts sewn in and curly. I also have, the wig is also available in like a medium brown instead of black. Same kind of style, same kind of colors mixed in. I also have that one. So, yes. Really, really liking this. It's not the tear texture I was looking for her. I kept her Grace boots. This is a glam doll dress. And that is my new doll. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Take care and see you in the next one.